In this video, we're going to be doing a character study of Finn and going over the wasted potential of what his character could have become. To begin this video, I think it's best to start off in the first movie that Finn appears in, which is The Force Awakens. Now, from the Force Awakens trailers, Finn is the first piece of Star Wars content that we have gotten since the prequels, with the first shot of the teaser trailer being Finn stranded in the desert. Now, this alone is already an interesting concept for Star Wars and is something that has never been done before. A stormtrooper who not only takes off his helmet and has a personality, but is potentially a good stormtrooper. Now, in the movie, when we get to see Finn, we actually do get to see a lot of him, and he does have an interesting character, something that's never been done before in Star Wars, which is a stormtrooper who has turned good and is potentially force sensitive. He is first hinted at being force sensitive during the first opening scene of the movie, where he refuses to shoot at all the innocent villagers, and Kylo Ren turns to him at the end of the battle and he looks back at him. Kylo Ren gives him a good long stare down, which either hints at him potentially turning against Kylo Ren, or him being force sensitive, or both. As it turns out, he does end up turning against Kylo Ren and the First Order, and later on in the movie, he actually does pick up and wield a lightsaber. During his first lightsaber battle, however, he does get disarmed by a normal, everyday stormtrooper, which I did think was kind of dumb, and I thought that Finn should have been able to beat him with a lightsaber, but let's move on from this for now and come back to it later. At the very end of The Force Awakens, Finn actually does use that lightsaber again and ends up fighting Kylo Ren, the main villain of the movie. Kylo Ren, being an almost fully trained Force user, ends up destroying Finn, but Finn being able to hold his own against Kylo Ren for at least a little bit, being as inexperienced as he is nothing to sneeze at in itself. Unfortunately, in the later movies, they're not going to do anything with this at all. Also, we're going to ignore the fact that the Stormtrooper did a better job than a almost fully trained Force user against Finn. Also, we're going to ignore the fact that the first time Rey even used a lightsaber, she ended up beating Kylo Ren. I will go over those events and what I think of them in future videos, but this video is all about Finn and it's a character study on him. Now, overall, in The Force Awakens, I thought that Finn was a very promising character. I thought that his character in general was actually kind of well done, and he showed a lot of potential for the future of this trilogy. However, in The Last Jedi, Finn gets pushed aside and becomes comic relief for that movie. Throughout The Last Jedi, Finn simps for Rey and gets a new annoying girlfriend, and together they end up rescuing a bunch of animals while the entire galaxy is at stake. This scene might be the stupidest thing that I've ever seen in any Star Wars movie, but again, that's a video for another day. Going from battling an experienced Force user with a lightsaber to then saving a bunch of random animals while the entire galaxy is at stake is a serious step down for Finn's character. What he should have been doing in this movie is training to use the Force with Rey and recovering from his battle with Kylo Ren, and then planning to defeat him in the third movie of the series, maybe even fighting him again in this movie. But none of that happened. Instead, he just wasted his time becoming comic relief and doing nothing, taking the story nowhere. The Last Jedi itself was a major step down from The Force Awakens in terms of the plot, storyline, and every character itself, and Finn was no exception from this. In The Rise of Skywalker, the only thing that Finn actually ends up doing in that movie is help destroy a command ship, which in itself is a pretty stupid concept. You wouldn't have one command ship that if you blow that up, then the other thousands of Star Destroyers just blow up along with it. It was an incredibly stupid concept, and I'll probably end up making a video on that in the future as well. But that's really all that Finn does in this movie. He is pushed even further to the side than he was in The Last Jedi, and other than helping destroy that command ship, he does absolutely nothing significant in the entire movie. He went from being a stormtrooper turned good, wielding a lightsaber, fighting experienced Force users in the first movie, to rescuing animals, being pushed off to the side, and being a brief, small moment of comic relief. I think that Finn's character actually did have quite a bit of potential, seeing as how he could have even been Force sensitive. I think that what they should have done with Finn is have him train with Rey so that they could have been a team, and then together they would have taken down Kylo Ren. Maybe they would have turned Kylo Ren and he would have had that redemption that he originally had. And if we ignore Palpatine for now, we probably should have had the three of them working together to take out Snoke in the final movie. I think that that would have been much, much better than what we ended up getting. All in all, in my opinion, I think that the last Star Wars trilogy really did Finn dirty, and they should have had Finn be the main hero of the entire thing. I think that Rey should have been a little bit less of a main character than she was, but still a main character, while Finn was the ultimate main hero of the entire trilogy. I think that it would have been super cool to see a stormtrooper who was Force sensitive, who turned to the light side, and ended up becoming a Jedi, defeating the big bad guy at the end, instead of just a normal Jedi who is good from the start, because that's something that we've already seen before, and a stormtrooper turning into a Jedi is something entirely new. But that, however, is where I'm going to end this video. Thank you everybody for watching. Let me know what you think about the wasted potential of Finn down in the comments below. Let me know what you think should have happened with his character arc. With that all being said, again, thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.